What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today we are going to be attempting some world records on a community world. Of course this map came out a few months ago, and so the record category is still pretty new. The world record sitting at 24 I consider really quite low. I think 50 is easily possible. So that's what I'm going to be going for today. Obviously if we got 18 on rural world, surely we can get 30 on a normal world map like this. Now there are plenty of baity rounds in here, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to overcome them and at least push close to this record. Before we get into it guys, please give the video a like if you could. That really helps YouTube know that this is content that people like to watch. And I say, let us get straight into the first rounds here. So we're playing no moving, panning, or zooming, obviously, and no time limit. We're just going to take it chill, see what we got going on in front of us here, and hopefully get that good streak. So here we have the Kenyan follow car in the first round. We're driving left. We've got the yellow inside lines. This one will be somewhere in Western Kenya, I can only assume, and is a good start to the streak. Okay, immediately we're faced with a bit more of a tough one. These overground pipes are quite Russian or Ukrainian or something like that, I would say. This rusted guardrail is not the typical Russian style though, so could we even be in like Croatia or something like that? It is possible, but I say that because we have a lack of a blue strip as well. I just don't remember seeing this guardrail in Russia. However, I think everything else is too Russian not to go for Russia here, so would not be surprised if it was Ukraine, but it doesn't really matter on such an early round. It is actually in Czechia. Wow. It seemed like there was no blue strip, and we had those overground pipes, which I've never seen in Czechia. So we immediately encountered a bait round, and guys, I am chill with it. If we get the hard rounds early, that's fine, because now hopefully we can have an easier run after that, you know? So this one, I was kind of thinking of Okinawa. I'll try it. Ends up being just in Hokkaido, actually, but it is Japan, so that's fine. Next one here, we've got the long dashes. That should mean we're somewhere in Norway. We can take it pretty quickly there, I think. All the way southern, so kind of a difficult round. Next one here looks like Greece, maybe, with this pole. I would say this is probably Greece. We've got all white road lines. Yeah. I think it's Greece. It could be elsewhere. It could still be like Bulgaria or something like that. But I think the pole doesn't look quite Greek. You know, the longer I look at it, the more I think this might actually even be Italy. I think Italy is quite possible here as well. The hill in the background and also this house in particular feels quite Italian. So I think I'm actually switching my guess completely and going for Italy here. Just because of that one house. And yeah, it was Italy. Okay, so good switch up there. Happy with that. Actually kind of a difficult round. Next one here, we are looking at something in Malaysia, I would say. Probably mainland, but not entirely sure. Yeah, it is mainland all the way down near Johor. Next one here, we are looking at probably something like a Colombia, I would say. Medellin, it says on the sign, so I'm happy to trust that and go for Medellin area here. We're 73 kilometers away, so that's a good result. Okay, low score on the first seed there, but we moved to 5, which is, you know, we're already a fifth of the way there, and it didn't feel difficult at all. But now we're faced with this, and I should eat my own words because this is not so easy. I would say, though, that this is probably most likely to be Latvia, followed by Estonia, followed by Lithuania. The road is really wide for... No, it could actually be Lithuania. There's not many trees, which is not really something you'd see so much of in Estonia, and it's a really wide road, which is not really Estonian. So I'd say Estonia is least likely here. I'd probably lean Latvia still, because it feels quite cold in climate, but... and we don't have any like little blurs that you often see in Lithuania, but I could see Lithuania here too as well. So I might just go over here and it ends up being inside Lithuania, of course. So there we go. A Baltic toss-up ends up ending our first streak at 5 there. This one is kind of difficult. I would say probably Peru, but I mean it could be like a number of other countries as well. It's just La Paz. Okay, so a bit of a toss up there. Again, good to get it on the first round because I probably would have went Peru there on later rounds as well. Anyway, this one's just Nigeria. And, okay, need to remember that there's some hills over there now that there's new coverage. I think this is actually Tunisia. This pole you sometimes get in Tunisia, and I think the buildings fit well enough for that. Sun is not so helpful here. You know, it's funny, like these two buildings here look really Bolivian. I think that's why, like, there's a lot of bait rounds in this map. So maybe it actually won't be as easy as I thought, but yeah, that round definitely would trick up a less experienced player, I think. This one looks like Brazil. I would say it's probably somewhere near São Luís in this kind of area here near the national park. And yeah, it's on the north coast there. So when you see that white sand in Brazil, pretty common. This is interesting. Looking at the language here, so can I read it? It's not entirely clear to me. Is it Swedish? We have the short dashes. I think it should be Sweden. The A-frame pole is a bit more Baltic looking, but apart from that, I'm pretty happy that this is indeed Sweden. No, it's Estonian lines. Are you kidding me? Actually, it was a thick red border on the sign, so maybe I could have gotten that on a longer streak if I was thinking for a long time, but yeah, I mean, on 3 it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I think this is New Zealand. Man, okay, maybe this is harder than I thought. Maybe this is harder than I thought, but you know, I think we can get there. Next one, we got some Malaysia action going on here with the black stickers on the poles like that, and we are indeed correct. Next one here, we're in South Australia. Can we get the correct part? Because this is, of course, my own city/state. I don't know. Ooh, okay. I was wondering here about something in the Riverland, maybe further down the Riverland. Maybe not Walker Flat, maybe like Manham. It could be Manham here. Let's try Manham. Okay, not too bad. Murray Bridge. I'm happy with that. That's a pretty good little guess there. Happy with that. Okay, next one here. USA, probably. We're driving right. We got the yellow inside line like you have on a highway in the US. Yeah, it does not really feel too Canadian unless it was like near Kamloops in Canada, so I'll probably just take it somewhere down here. Ends up being in Salt Lake City, so that's good result as well. Next one, we have double yellow lines, no front plates. Actually kind of feeling Canada here, kind of feeling like Nova Scotia. Actually, we have a Canadian flag. I think the double yellow lines are more common in Nova Scotia, so let's test out that theory. Go Sydney here, and it ends up being right near Sydney. You know, chef. It's a schnasty guess. Okay, okay, I did those. You guys have to be happy now. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Okay, next one here, we are looking at some Botswana. Yeah, so these kind of like orangey leaves, I would say you most find in this area of Botswana here. So I'm just gonna go there. It should be somewhere in that vicinity. Ends up being 98 kilometers away. Very good indeed, especially Botswana. It's a pretty big country, so that's a good guess. Next one here, we are looking at maybe Romania. Double white line in the center, but one of them's really faded, so it actually feels more like a single line. We only have a single blue strip. We don't have anything funny going on there. We have the trees painted white at the bottom, so yeah, I think I'll just go for Romania here. It could be elsewhere. It is Romania. Good. That was actually kind of difficult, though. The blur was not pleasant to work with. Here we have an American flag on this flagpole here. Feels like the South. We got like some pines that are quite typical for the South. No front license plates as well. I'll go South Carolina here, and it ends up being in Georgia. Almost clicked in Georgia. That was the other state I was thinking of. This one is just Thailand with the left-hand drive. So guys, I wouldn't be surprised if someone's already submitted a higher score than 24 and then it's still being like processed. So I would like 30 something here, ideally. That would be good. But we can't talk too soon, can we? This is in Cyrillic here. I actually thought Lithuania, but now I'm thinking Russia or Ukraine. We can look at the number plates here. Yeah, okay, now I'm looking at all the letters to see if I can see any I letter, which you get in Ukrainian. I don't see that. I would say this is probably more likely to be Russia, but it does look like there's a bit of yellow on the side of the plate here, like you'd get in a Ukrainian plate, so I'm kind of worried about that, to be honest. I may actually go Ukraine here. The overcast coverage is probably more typical of Russia, but are my eyes playing tricks on me? I've got to get in here one more time. To me, it looks really yellow, I must say. So, the other plate looks very Russian, so I think I may still go Russia here. Let's go on the border. There's a bit of a hedge here. Why not? And wow, it is just on the border. That's about like it's interesting because the Ukrainian coverage kind of stops like that. So Dnipro and all that, that's kind of the furthest extent. And then Donetsk itself gets coverage, but apart from that, this is like as close to Russia as you can possibly get. So 9 countries in a row is how it ends there. Still enjoying myself, still going fine. I think 30 is so possible. We've gotten a bit unlucky so far, I want to say that. We got Colombian cross on this round, so that is the back of the sign that you find in Colombia. Scroll back if you didn't see it. This one should be, sun is to the north, so it should be Southern Hemisphere, in which case it's definitely Bolivia. I thought of Mexico as well, but yeah, Cochabamba there. Okay, next. This is Taiwan with the pole with the black and orange stripes on it. Next one here is probably, is that another Colombian cross? I think it is, to be honest. So I'm just going to go quickly here. I could be wrong. No, I'm right. Excellent. It was a bit drier than normal for Colombia. Next one here is going to be somewhere in Romania. Definitely, it just went way too quickly. They were actually Hungarian buildings. But I was trying to say that this map is pretty easy on no moving, apart from a few rounds. But on no moving, panning, or zooming, it's definitely providing a solid challenge. Like this is definitely up there with the harder no moving, panning, or zooming maps. But okay, that is a good little guess there for Poland. This one's Russia somewhere. Pretty confident about that. How, bro? Okay, they're really the psychology of this map is starting to annoy me a little bit, bro. Everything's just Ukraine. So watch this one. I go Ukraine, it's gonna be wrong. No, it's actually correct this time. Good. Okay, we're on one. Canada. I'm feeling Canada with the blue street signs here. And I know that you do blue street signs quite often in Alberta, so I'll try Calgary here. Ends up being in Canada. Okay, oh, very close to US, but we'll take it. Okay, and just in Ontario there. This one is the Ghana car in Kumasi there. Okay. Next one here, we're driving left. I guess it is a pole that you'd find in Indonesia then. This little triangle thing, I'm trying to think, is that a Sulawesi or is it a Java? Go for Java here, and it was actually on these small islands, so maybe the metas there are a little bit different. Couldn't remember. Anyway, now we've got a difficult one. This has like an Asian vibe, but could it be like all the way south in Chile or Argentina? Yes, certainly. I was wondering about Argentina around here, so I think that's what I'll probably go for. I think that probably makes more sense than Chile here, but both could certainly be correct. I'll just go for it. Let's see. Man, it was actually just Chile. Okay. Actually, there's probably more places in Chile that look like that, so it would have been the safer send maybe, but definitely a difficult round. Okay, next one here. We are looking at some corn crops. I would say it is Denmark, based on these buildings I can see in the background here. Just Netherlands, just northern Netherlands. Okay. Maybe harder than I thought. But I really think it's all about just getting an easy run. And I really think we can do that, to be honest. Okay, this one is kind of interesting, though. Couldn't say I immediately know here. Maybe it is just Philippines with this divided concrete road. I would say it's probably most likely. Even though I thought of Latin America first, it basically had to be. Next one, we have the long outside dashes. This should be Spain or France. I think Spain, they'd use shorter ones, so I'm going to go for France here. And it is actually France. Very good. It's quite far away, but not a bad result. Here we have Australia, actually. I would say it's... is it Townsville? I would say this is Townsville. Let's give it a go. And it ends up being the next one down, or just in Midge Point. Actually, a small town. Kind of felt like a big town. Okay, this one is, I would say Faroe Islands. Yeah, we got like a Faroe bollard there. I'm pretty sure of it, so that should be fine. Excellent work. Okay, next one here. Hard. Thought of Singapore or Malaysia here. Single white line, so maybe Singapore's more likely of the two. Kind of feels like the back of the Google car, so maybe we're driving left. I'm not really sure, though, with that. Yeah, I don't know. Bit of red soil in the background here is definitely difficult. I think it might be Singapore, though. This is one where I'd love to be able to look around, of course, because I feel like the clue is... the correct answer is just sitting behind us. But, yeah, I mean, I think I should just go for Singapore here, because nothing else is coming to mind with the single white line, unless it's just a really weird Indonesia. It could even be a really weird Bangladesh, for all I know, but... I think I will stick with my guns here, go with my first thought, and it is Eswatini. Unbelievable. I mean, believable, actually, but definitely a tough round. I mean, how is that ever Eswatini? If you got that, and you actually thought of Eswatini there, props to you, because, well, tell me how you did, because that is just, unbelievably difficult, I think. Okay, this one is Mexico. So I think I underestimated this coming into the video. It's going to actually probably take a few episodes for us to get there. And maybe there's a reason that no one submitted such a good score yet. Apparently so, I guess. But that was a good little guess there. In Brazil, this one should be somewhere in like... I thought of Canada here, actually. I was thinking of even Newfoundland. But I'm not entirely sure about that. I'll just go for it, because I think it is Canada. Ends up just being in Quebec, actually. This one, we have the Ghanan Google car once again. Thinking of South Coast here, maybe. Ends up being relatively south, so that's good. And the next one here is round poles that are concrete, Patagonia, Argentina, on the bus there. So why don't we just go here? And we are 2.4 kilometers away in Comodoro Rivadavia. And that is a nice way to end that seed. So we are on 5 now, which is basically as high as we've gotten so far, surprisingly enough. I really thought that I was going to ace this, and I've been proven wrong. So good to be humbled a little bit here. And let's see if we can move forward a little bit. We've got a black sticker on the pole here, so I wonder about Malaysia, although it does not appear that we have... Well, it should be Malaysia, actually. I see another one here. But it didn't really look like Malaysian number plates to me. I'll try Johor, just in case maybe these are traveling Singaporeans or something. Ends up just being near KL instead. Count 6. Next one, long antenna with the yellow plates. This one will just be somewhere in Israel. I don't actually know if there's another country where you have long antenna yellow plates. If you can think of one, leave it in the comments. I'm pretty sure that it's not common anyway. So we should be somewhere in South Africa here, generation 4. These type of road lines, very South African looking, and this pole super South African looking as well. Thinking of somewhere southern, let's just go near George here. Ends up being 78 kilometers away, very nice indeed. Here we have some Russia. Couldn't exactly say where exactly I think it is, but it is Russia, so I'm thinking about further out, maybe just Urals. I think I might go further out here. Maybe on the way to Irkutsk could make sense. Ends up being even further out towards Mongolia. 9 countries in a row now. And we are looking at what? A South Africa of some kind, I would say. Although it's hard to describe why. It's probably just this fence with a security poster on it that is most South African looking here. Apart from that, I'm not sure if I could have picked it, but yeah, Generation 4 car with the antenna is definitely something you see in South Africa as well, so yeah, feeling good. Johannesburg, I'm not so sure. Maybe even thought of something further south here. But I'll try Joburg, why not? It's a world map, it might just be Joburg, and it is. Okay, nice. So that was a couple of accurate guesses in that one, particularly in South Africa, which I've been practicing, so that's good. 10 in a row. Surely we can push this from here. I'm really, I don't know. I do think I can. Okay, we are looking at some some Polish here. As for the city, we got like a cobblestone, so it feels like a more historical city. Maybe something southern, I'm not sure. Or maybe something more German looking even. Just go for Poznan here, I'm not really sure which one it will actually be. And we are going to be relatively close. It was actually near Katowice in this smaller town. It felt like a bigger town, but I guess it's like just on the outskirts of Katowice anyway. Next one we have some like Soviet style poles. Short antenna here. With this wooden house, I don't hate Lithuania. I don't see any small blurs once again. But yeah, I think that this like white paint at the bottom of this pole is not so common in Lithuania from the best of my memory. So maybe it's just Russia. Maybe it's just Russia for that reason. I feel like that's more likely than Ukraine with a short antenna. But of course this map is filled with bait, so I can't feel too confident about that, I guess. So I think what I should really do here is just go near the Baltics in Russia and go for it. Ever Estonia? I don't think the white paint really fits for that either. Even though the landscape's not too far from fitting. And it was in Estonia, just meters away from Russia. Even as I just said it at the end. So was that white painted? I wonder, because, well, we may as well go and check it out before I head into my last few attempts here, because it's good to like take into consideration your failures, and this does not appear to be painted. It just appears to be, unfortunately, how the light was hitting it. Or maybe it's got a slight bit of paint on it, but yeah, definitely not typical there. So that's really annoying. The fact of the matter is I really could have gotten it, especially if we had like the more of this red house here, or this red barn. I think I would have gone Estonia, honestly, because I don't think you'd really see that in Russia all too commonly at all. So okay, let's head back into it here and see if we can bet 11. 11 is quite a bit worse than I expected to be doing this video, in all honesty. That was Mato Grosso do Sul, okay. Next one here, we are looking at double yellows. I would say that, ooh, is this ever, no, blue sign, this should actually be Finland. I thought Canada. I did think Canada somewhere in Yukon or something like that, but it is just somewhere in Finland. Next one here, we got like a very ugly and flat Taiwan, which normally means you're somewhere around here. 8.7 kilometers away. Your boy knows. Okay, there we go. Pretty nasty looking around there. Next one, we got double yellows. We've got something that resembles a Colombian pole here. And so I am thinking this is all the way north in Colombia. Could this be Mexico, though, is the other question. The sun appears to be to the north. Yeah, it appears to be to the north. But that is kind of not good, because theoretically, if this is somewhere in Colombia, we should be in the northern hemisphere. If the sun's to the north, then we should be in the southern hemisphere. So, what else could this be then? I don't think it's Argentina, although it could be. But what about Peru? It could be Peru. I don't think that you'd necessarily find these commonly in Peru, but you certainly could find them. So is it just Peru? I mean, we're on such a low streak that it's probably worth going quickly here, but how much do I trust the sun here? The sun definitely seems to be a little bit more northern. I mean, yeah, I actually think because I'm trusting the sun somewhat here, I'm going to switch my guess. I would say this is probably over here, or maybe even Ecuador, or maybe even Bolivia, but I think it is southern hemisphere, so I'll try Peru here, which is most likely. And it is just Ecuador. Okay, so at least we kind of had the right read there. Definitely would have been close in the tournament or something like that, but but not on this occasion in the actual game, unfortunately. No country correct. Okay, this one felt like Chile with the all-white road lines, kind of had that vibe as well. We always like to see Ghana, because they can't hide the Google car meta in Ghana, so we can get that for free. Not that it would have been a hard round. This one's somewhere in Iceland. If it looks strange, sometimes clicking the top right can work. This time it's bottom left, though. Next one is just going to be somewhere in, I want to say this time, Piauí? Probably Piauí or Maranhão. I want to say, yeah, it was Piauí. Nice. Been practicing my Brazil a little bit there. And this looks like South Africa or Eswatini or maybe Botswana. Don't really think Botswana, actually. Probably South Africa. Yeah, I would say South Africa's most likely. Maybe just Pretoria here or something like that. It is, yeah, on the way to Eswatini, but not quite, so we are happy with that. 5 countries in a row. Let's see if we can build this one up. I really would like to go well here. That would be nice. Yeah, this is a Filipino sidecar kind of tuk-tuk thing, and I would say with the similarly height roof, we should be somewhere southern, although it doesn't always work. I'll try it. And it was actually just central this time, so that's fine. Okay, next one. Oh, no. I got the metas confused anyway. This looks like a US overseas territory, I would say. And I would probably take it most likely in Guam. Well, it could be Northern Mariana Islands. I'll just go for Guam. It is actually Puerto Rico, so I thought we had a front plate, which is not so common in Puerto Rico, so that's why I went for the islands. Anyway, this one's just Sri Lanka with the low camera, which is... Oh my gosh. That was such an easy Nigeria. I didn't even look at the round because I was just going off the meta. I forgot about all the new coverage. So, yeah. I mean, this guy, he did not look Sri Lankan, and... yeah, that's a pole that's never in Sri Lanka, and we got a big divided highway, and... oh, and this antenna as well. Oh, what a bit of a disaster there. I was too lazy, and we're on a 7 streak, which is not nothing. We've been recording for 23 minutes, so I'll go for a few more attempts here. This one should be somewhere in Ghana. Actually, we didn't have the Google card at that time, did we? Or I didn't see it anyway. This time we're on Australia, and it's probably on the way to Cairns somewhere. Let's just go here. Innisfall actually ends up being north of Cairns, okay. Next one's Japan. Let's see if we can go quickly here, because that's how I got my rural world record, just going quickly at the start, going off your instincts. That's what you're going off your instincts gets you in the Mediterranean, though. The Mediterranean is too difficult, bro. Next one, is it actually Uganda here? I think it's actually Uganda rather than Kenya. It is, good. 3.5 kilometers away even, nice. This one should be somewhere in, I want to say, Ecuador. And if it is Ecuador, and we're going on a north-south road, then after getting such a nice score in the first one, why don't we actually take a look here, and... couldn't say it's jumping out to me here. I mean, something like that could work. Let's try it. And it is just a bit further over, so no high score on this seed. This one is in... oh, I know this road. Okay, here's a good little tip. So, if you have a power line running along the western side of the road and this kind of white sandy trail on one side of the road, maybe both sides of the road, then you should be on this road here. Now, I couldn't say that's going to work every time because there are probably similar looking roads elsewhere, but yeah, this is a pretty working tip, so I should be correct here, and I am not. Okay, forget the tip. I mean, it does look very similar to that road, I guess, and I got the road angle wrong, so that just shows what I know. This is probably Argentina, actually. Sun, though, is maybe more southern, so maybe it's just USA. This pole looks super Argentinian to me. I'm going to trust the pole this time. Ah, it's just a Russian pole. That makes sense. Okay, trust the sun, and rethink your guess if you want to go against the sun. Okay, a few more attempts here. Wow. Yellow center lines. Okay, this map, bro. Come on. Okay, here we are in Argentina, or Brazil. I thought Brazil. Could actually be Argentina Panhandle here, to be honest. That was completely a Freudian slip, though. Like, I'm really meant to say Brazil. But now I'm actually considering Argentina after saying that. I would still say it's Brazil, but let's just go on the border here. And it is fairly close to the border, so not a terrible guess, I guess. Here we are in France. I think this might be Corsica. Pole top seems very French. Could be Spanish still. I will try Corsica here. Ends up being... in Sardinia. What is that pole top? I don't think I've ever seen that in Italy. Yeah, pretty stunned there, to be honest. This map, bro. Some of these nerds who made this damn map were just sitting there finding the hardest places for just like stupid clues, bro. I love the community made board, bro. I love it. Anyway, let's go here. Ends up being a nice guess there, 24 kilometers away. Okay, that's enough to get some confidence back, I'll say. We're on a high score as well. This one looks like Peru, and it's probably pretty far north here. But it got a bit of like green grass, which is interesting as well, though. So I might take it around here. Ends up being a decent guess. It was fairly northern in Peru. Next one here, US or Canada? I guess US might be more likely here, you know. It's actually, it goes to a single yellow line, so it has to be Canada, right? I gotta trust it. It is Canada, and we are in the other side of the country, near Abbotsford in Vancouver area there. Oh, this is a bit stupid, isn't it? I've had this round before. Oh, this was in a video as well. Or this, at least this park. Where was this? It was Europe? Well, I guess we have to be in Europe with that antenna. Southern Spain? I feel like I went Southern Spain or something like that. Whether that was correct or not, I'm not so sure. Maybe Italy. Italy or Spain here, I think. If someone remembers where I went, do tell me. But I think I'll go for Italy here. We see a lot of like hills in the background. I think I'll go for Italy. What else is possible? I'm not so sure. I'll try it. It was Spain, man. I hate second guessing myself on repeats. But okay, this is going to be the last one. Next time we get above 3, that's our last trick. But how am I going worse? Literally, I was playing better on Rural World today. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, I'm actually kind of shocked how many stupid locations there are in this map. Okay, that one's probably actually Montenegrin. Chevron though, whoops. Okay, next one, Australia. Blue number plate is ultra strange. Yeah, I have no idea what that blue number plate's about, but I would probably just go Southern Queensland here, and it ends up being in fairly Northern Queensland. I suck at Queensland, bro. This is Latvian pole tops with the alternating hooks. Okay, if that was wrong, I would have been starting to question life here, bro. Feels like Malta. Is it, though? Yeah, we're driving left, so it has to be Malta. I wondered about even, like, you know, the Spanish parts of Africa, but no. This is like Alberta or something. If this is Nebraska or South Dakota, I'm going to start throwing hands at JHK, bro. It could be. I still like Canada. Yeah, but it's, you know, it's this map, so maybe this is just... Oh my gosh, dude, don't do this to me. I think... Dude... This is very difficult. It's giving me massive mixed vibes, bro. Kind of dirt road, but it's kind of not, which is really tough to make a decision based off. I think I'll go for Canada here. I think I'll go for Saski. It is Saski. Let's go. Okay, man, that would have been a tough USA if it was USA, but obviously it wasn't. I think Serbia here with this pole top. I think Serbia. Feels like road lines kind of feel like northern Serbia as well with the flatness. Makes a lot of sense. If it's not there... I'm not too sure what it will be, so I'll go for it. It is actually Croatia, which makes a lot of sense. We got to 4, so the video ends there. So you just have to wait for me till the next video to beat this one. And I might have to do some grinding off camera, because I feel like this is just going to take a lot of attempts, and eventually I'm going to get lucky, I'm going to play well, and I'm going to get a high score. But clearly, I mean, I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night, so clearly it wasn't to be today. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching all the way to the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was fun to film, even if I got a little mad and a little bit overconfident at the start. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Goodbye.